Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone podcast, where we discuss all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to break down the U.S. government press conference held by crypto czar David Sachs. Lots of big news there. We're going to talk about a little bit of news on FTX repayments beginning in 2 weeks. Not too bad. And we're going to talk about the upcoming 10,000 ETH NFT raise coming from the Mega ETH ecosystem. One of the biggest NFT raises we've seen in a while. Really long time since we've seen something like this. Good morning, GM. I'm back after a day sick. Clemente and Easy held down the fort with Pio and a little Frank appearance. I was watching yesterday while I was kind of laying on the couch. It was nice. Good show yesterday, and I missed being on there with you. I'm
glad you feel better, Ray. We missed you.
Yeah, I got some sleep. I think the biggest thing was sleep deprivation. I was up like all night the previous night, just like feeling like trash. But better now. Ready to rock. I missed a lot of what happened yesterday, so I'm gonna need you guys to fill me in.
We got you. We actually have some out. I'm so pissed I didn't send money to the pain token. You see what they announced?
Remember how you made fun of me for sending it right away?
I didn't make fun of you.
You were like, hey, Easy, why did you send money so quickly? Like, you're a dumbass. You have 48 hours to do so. And I was like, dude, I'd forget. Like, I have a bad memory.
Yeah, I made a mistake there. Yeah, I'm willing to admit that I was wrong. But they crushed it. They announced this morning, for some context, that they're going to be returning 80% of the fund that they received. And you're getting the same allocation. So they're basically saying, like, we're giving you a free 5x here, folks. Actually, I think what they're going to do is it'll probably be like 3x, because they're going to dilute it by giving allocation to a captain. I'm almost thinking, should I buy a captain here? Or do you think they already took the snapshot?
I don't know. I like Mace's comment here. My Huxley comic book in the background. I think they probably already took a snapshot, would be my guess. It seems like a very risky play. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I also don't think it's a guaranteed like 5x, 3x, like you're saying. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Me and you in the exact same scenario.
I think it goes to 250.
So they raised initially, how much was it? Was it 40 million? And then they gave back 80%. So $8 million would be the initial raise for that token. How much of that is going to be allocated to the captains? How much of that is coming to the pre-salers is like a question too. So like could be diluted a little bit by the NFTs if you're a pre-sale sender.
I mean, Discourse, you need to go check yourself into a Gamblers Anonymous. He goes, I submitted literally within the first hour. He put in 10 grand. Discourse, look, you gotta do something about that, Chief.
Me and Easy sent 5 grand to pop over to it.
Well, I'm happy for you guys. That's gonna be a cook. Well done, gentlemen.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Before we get started, I saw a new game on RekTech. You see the new Bodoggos tournament game?
Let's go. I believe I might have seen it.
Did you do the first one?
Yes.
New game's sweet. I'm really curious on what you guys are gonna think about this one.
So what's the link on this? Is it rektech.com?
Yeah, rektech.com is the main site. I'm showing the Bodoggos only tournament. So if you have a Bodoggo, there's a link in our minor announcements channel to get into this tournament. There's gonna be like special rewards, allow lists, free mints, etc. You can sign up for the normal game, get on the wait list at rektech.com. Bodoggos, though, get fast passed in, so you'll be able to start playing right away if you have a Bodoggo. Any questions on that, ask me in the Discord. I'll get you hooked up and hooked in. Yeah, but I wanted to play this game live because I thought it was like kind of interesting. It's called Read the Room. It's essentially what RekTech is. It's a bunch of like daily mini games that take like a minute or two. Think of like daily Wordle or something like that, where you pop in, get some points, earn XP, and that's going to be used to like earn rewards. Like season 1, for example, is going to have a pudgy penguin as a reward. So they have all this cool stuff here, but quick daily games. Read the room. How this works is we're going to pick an option to the question, and then we're going to guess which percentage of players will choose that same option. So basically, you're picking like how you want to answer it, and then you're trying to guess like what other people answer, which is pretty cool. So for this one, who would you rather copy trade? Choose one. I haven't clicked
80% on Nick.
I'm 100% copy trading Nick. Picture on Clemente is so good.
That's wicked funny.
Okay, so I'm selecting Nick because obviously that's the play here. Sorry, Clemente. No offense. I think that, I mean, how many people are going to think it's funny to like just pick Clemente here is the question.
Not that many, I don't think.
I think I'm going to go
Wow, that high, Ray.
I don't know. Or there's gonna be people like are gonna try to like throw off the numbers and
I
just
put like 80%. I played it yesterday, and my bet was 80%.
80%. I think it's gonna be a little bit higher. I don't know. I mean, Nick kills it. Nick hits like a very high percentage of his plays, but he doesn't really post plays. Like the plays he's posted, like he's posted like YNE.
Well, sometimes he'll show like a 15K pre-bond market cap. Like,
yeah,
that's really unacceptable, but he does it.
I think people are just gonna select Clemente to be funny here and try to like screw the numbers up. So I'm gonna go with 70%. So, yeah, so this is the leaderboard here. Baker number 1. I'm in dead last after the first game. I completely crashed out of the first game, which is like a it was like a try to like get out crash game where you like watch a meme coin chart and try to like double your money before it rugs, and I got absolutely rugged on the first wick, so completely lost that game. But check it out, RekTech.com. If you have a Bodoggo, go to our Discord. We'll get you hooked into this free tournament. You can earn allow list rewards for their future mint. It's going to provide access to season 1, which, like I said, is going to have a pudgy penguin as a reward for these quick daily games. Takes a couple minutes, a lot of fun. Check them out, RekTech.com. Boom. We got some friends in the room now. I see Pio and Kix have joined us. How you feeling today, Pio? That rap video went hard with that little intro today with that for the show. You might have like I'm worried you're gonna leave Bodoggos and start kind of a rap career. Like I'm really nervous right now.
You should be very worried about that, Ray. That's very realistic. No, I'm excited for some of the fun songs that we're gonna do with Clemente. And Nick was getting FOMO yesterday. Nick was yelling about the fact that me and Clemente did that record without him. It'll be a lot of fun. Big day today. MicroStrategy earnings this afternoon. Are they going to implement the new FASB accounting standard today? Or are they going to wait till next quarter? Let's see.
Next quarter.
That's what I think, but you never know.
I think it's next quarter.
Wasn't I thought the guy that we had on the MicroStrategy podcast said they were going to be doing it for this next earnings.
No, he said next. He said this quarter, the quarter we're in now, which will be the following earnings. Yeah,
that makes sense. Interesting. Yeah. So I mean, are you still like the earnings is today? So you still have like your cash secured puts active right now? Or are you is it too risky?
No options yet this week. We're going to see what happens this afternoon, and then fire off probably 3 covered calls and 1 cash secured put that expire on Friday. We'll farm maybe 170, 180 bucks.
Kix, it's been a week since I talked to you. How are your parasites? Are they all gone from your system? Last time I talked to you, you're taking some dewormer.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking gone. I feel incredible, dude. I feel like I'm 25 again. It's insane. I'm not even joking around. I just do jumping jacks spontaneously. High kicks. This one I'm going to get my morning coffee. Your beard looks extra orange today. Did you take some stuff for that?
Nick sent me a new webcam, and apparently you can now.
I
have an orange beard, and
that's awesome.
A little bit clearer in the background. So we're working on a.
No one will confuse you for being Asian now. They don't have orange hair.
Yeah, we're perfect. We're awesome. Yeah, my daughter has red hair. Very Italian wife, and like my hair isn't red. My beard is red.
Who thinks Ray is Asian, dude?
There's a percentage of our audience that thinks he's Asian. If you think Ray is Asian, let us know in the comments.
So preposterous. All right. Anyway.
Absolutely. So we have a lot to talk about. We'll get into the weather report here with Kix in a second. I'm sure he doesn't have it up, but Easy, what are your thoughts on that pain token? I know you were originally bearish. Like, do you think it's potentially bullish
on pain?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm indifferent.
Indifferent.
Like, I don't know. I mean, dude, like I could be bullish, I could be bearish. I'm bullish if the price goes up. I'm bearish if the price goes down. Jesus Christ.
Well, thank you for that insight. Anyway, we'll get into the weather report now.
Great insight, Easy. Awesome insight.
Jeez, Easy, dude. I mean, would you fucking lose 30 grand in the trenches yesterday? You're a little on edge, buddy.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I feel
bad for you.
The last 72 hours, Kicks, for you wondering, I'm down an approximate $34,216.
Yeah, so like one PXN trade for me. We've been there. I feel it.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We're gonna make it all back. We always do.
We're gonna make it all back. Guess what day is today? Wednesday, February 5th. The majors are down slightly on the day with Bitcoin under 99K, Ethereum over 2,800, and Solana at 206. Over the past 24 hours, we have some interesting news. Crypto czar David Sachs spoke at the first U.S. government press conference on digital assets. Topics discussed included a focus on stablecoins and evaluating a Bitcoin reserve. Those are the top priorities. Next up, news broke that FTX repayments will begin in 2 weeks. Repayments to the first creditor group, which includes accounts owned less
than $50,000 will be coming at February 18th. Finally, Mega ETH announces details on a 10K soul-bound NFT collection at a 1 ETH mint price. At least 5% of the upcoming Mega ETH tokens will be allocated.
What the fuck happened?
Lists have been published on-chain.
The fuck is this?
Based on on-chain and social activity.
Fuck you!
Excellent weather report as always, Ray. We have a lot to unpack here as Kix decided to cut out mid-weather report. Kix, you got everything figured out over there? Are you jumping over to Portugal?
No, I think like I'm like too far. I'm popping on some radars, okay? Like I understand the world too much. Taking anti-parasitics. Fauci doesn't want that, right? Fauci doesn't like that, right? He's pardoned, right? Or is he? You know what I mean? What did he do before 2014? So people are on me. I think they're tapping my internet. Tapping my internet.
Fauci wants you in a hospital bed. He wants you to run up a tab.
Too fucking quick, dude. You know, that's why you got the buckshot. That little guy, he ain't getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Tries to come take me to a fucking camp.
What?
I'm just joking around. I shaved a mustache today, so I'm feeling it. It's mustache season. You got a mustache coming in.
I 100% have a mustache. My Cuban barber that Clemente, the uncultured swine, said was Dominican, made it for me. So good job, Alex, the Cuban barber. Not Dominican.
Dude, Cuban barbers just sound like sophisticated.
Oh yeah, he's got a cool haircut, dude. If I got the hair plugs, I'd get his haircut.
Anyone like 1 to 2 generations removed from communism, top tier. Third generation, they recomplete the circle. They get a little communist. It's weird.
Yeah, well, get this. This guy's only been here for 2 years.
Yeah, so he's super based.
Yeah, he appreciates the shit out of America.
Yeah. He's like, you can actually like buy a chicken that's been skinned. Like I didn't have to steal it from a neighbor. It's fucking crazy, dude. Good for them. I'm ready today. What are we talking about today, boys?
Well, real quick, shout out to Mace. He asked if I bought a condo in Miami yet. I won't be doing that real quick. Just for all you real estate tycoons out there, I won't be buying a condo in Miami because apparently buying a condo in Miami is a shit show because the building can have a special assessment where they're like, oh, we got to redo the blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden you got to pay like $2,000 more per month. So renters actually have a benefit in Miami. I did just sign my lease this morning. See you guys soon.
Congrats.
Huge.
I love how you guys went down for like a little Miami trip. You're like, yeah, we're all moving here. See ya. See ya, New York.
It was a matter of when, not if. They tabled it last year, teased it for a little bit, never made the venture. They get down there, they're there for 72 hours, and like, boys, we're moving here.
Well, dude, people in lots of countries actually cannot appreciate the fact that these guys, by moving from New York to Florida, they're going to pay 10% less in taxes, right? So if you made $100,000, you get to keep another $10,000.
It's more than that, though.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's like the price of living is also way less. The price of housing is way less, but still like above your average U.S. state. Like they're probably still paying multiples of what I'm paying in Delaware versus, but still much cheaper than what it is in New York. It's kind of interesting how the U.S. works like that, with like different areas being like vastly different in terms of cost of living. Nick
Koliznik. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think it is.
Likes dinosaurs.
He likes dinosaurs. Very cool guy. Got a beautiful family there and hair. Very impressive. He pointed out, imagine paying off your mortgage and a hurricane throws it in the ocean. That is how I think down here. I don't know if I'm being an ignorant New Yorker or an ignorant Northeast person when I say that, but I'm not interested in natural disasters destroying a purchased property. You just saw what happened in Los Angeles. Not interested in that at all. The other thing is that a friend of mine who's rich that lives down here told me that 1.2 million is the starting point for a desirable home here, and that's not even going to be that good. Really, it might be closer to $2 million. So we're just not buying anything. We're going to pay rent, which is closer to $0 than not.
Easy shorts. Oh God, I brought him back on stage. He just moved back. His shorts are so short.
I love it.
Discourse pointing out New York has more access to money and jobs if you're in the finance culture and you get paid more. There you go, easy. In whatever capacity, Discourse is right if you're working for the man, but if you have a a crypto company like we do, can kind of just live wherever, So yeah.
Yeah, one of the benefits of being in this industry, and speaking of being in this industry, we had the crypto czar David Sachs speaking yesterday. I didn't catch this yet. I was like pretty much out of it yesterday. The things I did see is that he talked about stable coins first and foremost being an important focus, and then evaluating a Bitcoin reserve among top priorities. Who is plugged into this and understands like the ramifications? Like, it seems like the markets didn't really like it, or it didn't really pump on the back of this news.
It didn't pump because he didn't yell about a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Everyone wanted him to be like, yeah, we're implementing it right fucking now. So it's like, I don't know. I thought it was like completely overblown. The market was trying to price in like some insanely bullish news in hopes that it was going to like pump the market. That wasn't the situation. That was never the situation. I don't know. Dude, like if you're bearish, I just think you're an idiot. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Like you have what's Peirce? Well, I forget what her first name is. Hester Peirce, who's basically like we've traditionally for the last 8 years had a dumpster fire of regulations that has caused this massive mess, and it's going to take us some time to fix this. But in short, we're going to make it easier to launch tokens. If you actually read the thing, they were basically like, there's a bunch of stuff right now that you could launch that we won't deem a security, plain and simple. Like they want to figure out what is a security, what's not a security, and actually just give framework, which is what we've been asking for since 2016. Literally just like tell us what is a security and what's not, so we can figure out the legal way to launch this shit and not have to worry about bunking up with somebody who's 3 times my size making me his bitch in jail. Like that's not what I want to do personally. But
what she says, if people want to buy a token or product that lacks a clear long-term value proposition, they should feel free to, but should not be surprised if someday the price drops.
I saw a picture of Hester. I was like, dude, I could see Nick and her being a power couple. But yeah, dude, things take time. I just think, social media, 24/7 markets have warped people's brain. You know what I mean? They want like immediate instant returns. They don't really have patience anymore. These things are going to take time. Bitcoin's a $2 trillion? $2 trillion asset. It's going to take time, guys. Just chill out. If you want to like 10x or lose your money immediately, there's plenty of services in crypto that can provide that on a daily basis.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of Peirce, we did see that quote about the regulation. We also saw that the SEC reassigned lawyers in a crypto unit to scale back enforcement, which is awesome, and then listed a list of tasks that they have coming up for crypto enforcement. I don't really want to jump into like everything. Obviously, it's all like very bullish and it's getting us regulatory clarity. I think, I tweeted this morning, and I think that like everything that we've seen in the last month, it's not like really like sending prices, but it's building up all these tailwinds that like over this year are just going to build on each other. So like it's basically adding fuel for the next legs up for Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. Like they're not things that are going to immediately pump price, but like they're going to be providing like a baseline that like future news can build off of, because like not all these things happen today. Like Bitcoin reserve, it's not happening yet. They're not purchasing anything. Crypto regulations. Okay, now people can start like becoming active in the US as builders. Made in the USA crypto not getting taxed. Another like way to bring more crypto builders in the US and have people in the US like build more freely instead of having to go through all these like loopholes and like going to the Cayman Islands and like having them go over to the Bahamas and figure out like what exactly is legal and not. So I think these tailwinds are really going to like push the next leg. It's not going to happen in a day or a month. It's probably going to be like 6 months. And I'm interested to see like what's going to happen.
Yeah, like real things take time to build. Everything in life is not a meme coin. You know what I mean? Like it's not a 30-second to deploy kind of thing. And I've been talking to different US based teams. Talked to one this week, and they're working towards launching a coin and they're going to do it in the United States, out of a United States company. They don't have to go through a foundation. I don't think people appreciate how much of like a racket these foundations are. You essentially had to pay somewhere in the tune of $200,000 upfront cost and then a monthly fee for a manager in a different country to have control over your token, to the extent that there's been multiple real issues where like foundations have hijacked tokens. All of that friction is being removed. It's going to be massively bullish for teams actually building something. But once again, to Ray's point, building things actually take time. So this is not an effect that we're going to see immediate results from. But I think over the next 2 years, you're really going to see some big things as a result. So massively bullish. People just have social media brains.
We got a Thailand listener right here, Infamous Gardens. Shout out to Thailand. But yeah, obviously, Kicks, it's going to be nice to be able to launch these things in the United States. That whole rigmarole is a big pain and pretty ridiculous when you think about it.
Amen.
Yeah. Speaking of no regulation and buying tokens that could potentially go down in price, yesterday we saw an interesting token launch coming out of ENRON, the people who have taken over the parity account for the ENRON account here. This token was 99% insider controlled at launch. It I think ran at 800 million market cap, and then quickly has now dropped 90% and is right around like 100 million. I know this is one we've been following on this show for a decent amount. I'm sure a lot of people got wrecked on this, and it's kind of just like one of the examples of tokens that like people speculate on that I guess is now like just completely legal. But
so did they own the Enron like name?
Yes.
They own all the IP, branding, logos, the whole trademark. They bought it for $275.
What?
Yeah, so these guys actually were one of my old advertising clients. Like, remember I have an Enron hat?
Yeah.
That I've worn sometimes. I got it from this company. So I know these guys. These guys are cool. They've been in crypto for a while.
They had Birds Aren't Real. There was a
Yep.
token for that they did like NFTs and some viral moments for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think what happened, like so many people in this space are like paranoid, or they just don't understand what's happening, right? And so they just like yell things like, for example, insider, insiders, da 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 da. These guys, like in their tokenomics, have 90% of supply, right? Sure, in theory, they could have sniped some supply out of the gate, but I don't think what people fully appreciate is how sophisticated the game in the market is getting, with really rich people with a lot of money that are very, very smart. Think like Jared from Subway.eth level smart, right? So what happened here, someone on the same block that this token went live, right? So not a second later, not 10 seconds later, the same exact block that this token went live, someone sniped $1.6 million of it and then sold $5.5 million of it for a $3.9 million profit in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, right? So what's happening is that very sophisticated people, there's no such thing as a fair launch anymore. Very sophisticated people are finding out about things, whether it's VVV, whether it's Jelly. They're finding out about things very quickly, and they are essentially gobbling up all of the circulating supply and re-rating these things to where they think they can dump on retail and max extract from the retail FOMO. In these effects, which would 6 months or a year ago would take weeks to get to the peak price, are now making these moves in minutes, right? Like we saw it with Jelly, we saw it with VVV. What was their launch to peak? Hours. Some of these things do it in 30 minutes. It's very similar to anyone that was in NFTs in 2021. You remember there was a period of time where anyone could mint a 10K mint, right? You could go in, you could just be ready for it at your computer and you could mint it. And then you fast forward to this period of time where sneaker kids, botters came in And any sort of mint would just get botted, and then the price on secondary would get re-rated. We eventually had to move to allowless, which had their own sets of problems. We're seeing this exact same thing happen on the meme coin, pump front, fund front, whatever you want to call it. The market has gotten so sophisticated that fair launches are no longer fair. And there's going to have to be a new model to figure out how to do these things. Because what's really happening is these Jared from Subways are extracting so much liquidity and value from the market, more than even the teams launching these things. It's a completely it's an efficient market, but the money being made is completely inefficient, where you have just sophisticated actors that are taking 90% of the pie, and the 10% is left over for the rest of retail and, you know, the team.
My concern with this one, though, is if somebody put in 1.6 million at the same block that it was launched, they had to have known that that's the real token and had it.
Yeah, so the token was already deployed, just like the Trump token was already deployed before it, quote unquote, went live. And it got funded by a Coinbase Prime account.
So they also used the same launch strategy that Trump did. They launched it on Meteor's Alpha Vault. So it was created with a LP on Alpha Vault, where they essentially set the bid-ask parameters for the token. So where the tokens launch at, what the price is that people can buy it at, what the supply is, that's how they drive that. That's how people can buy it off the open market. That was a big reason. The liquidity was significantly less on the BullX's, other trading bots, etc. So you had to either swap on Jupe or go to Meteor and create a pool to get the tokens, or even swap on Meteor. It does have a built-in swap. So that was kind of the main thing that led to a lot of people getting slipped out. People who were able to find the CA early because it's on Meteora, it's launched, it was deployed. The token was actually live for 2 weeks. So like if you scanned it in a Telegram, it would say token's 2-3 weeks old. If you looked at it on Dex Screener with the CA, it would say its creation date. There was just no liquidity. It wasn't funded with anything. Absolutely nothing was on it. So finding the CA and quote early traders, there's bots out there that as soon as liquidity is added, will automatically go in. You set that priority fee, the bribe fee, etc., and they can get in well beyond even the LP. So they're buying tokens the second that liquidity is there to absorb that price impact. But that's what sent it to 700 million at the gate.
That makes sense.
And Deku is saying it's highly unlikely that Random Sniper puts millions in with insider knowledge. I don't think that he's fully appreciating the amount of money that these sophisticated groups or individuals have. And yes, like once again, this person, I don't think a Random Sniper puts millions of dollars. If they find the contract, it checks all the boxes. They know it's legit, and they calculate what they think this is going to, like, what the price they think they can dump it all at is. Yes, like a sniper will snipe $1.7 million to make $3.9 million in 10 minutes. That is a profitable risk reward
is there. Also, those snipers, that I would put more money on the fact that was not one person spending that. The snipers typically pool funds together with a group of people. So it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people chipping in on this. So even if the loss happened, they're not losing 1.7. They're probably losing about 100, 150K.
Yeah,
which is still a lot of money.
And if you see, there's pump.funds every single day that you'll see they go from graduation to instantly millions of dollars. And if you ever wondered what's happening, it's someone is setting up a sniping bot, and they are sniping all of the liquidity as soon as it comes out of graduation. The second it comes out of graduation, they're spending tens of thousands of dollars in gas to get it in first. And then they're buying hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're draining the whole liquidity pool, and they're sending the token up to millions, and then they're farming it out. This stuff is happening every single day. So you just have to be aware of it. And the only way that this kind of stuff goes away is either a different type of launching mechanism, or people stop top blasting things that went from 0 to $80 million in 3 minutes. Very low chance that was not an insider. I mean, you know, there's people that put in 500K into Trump at 500 million and made 20-30 million dollars. And they weren't insiders. They just knew that they saw the Trump coin deployed. They do their due diligence. They say this is a legit play. They wait for it to go live. They ape in. They make a bunch of money. Yes, there's insider stuff happening all the time. There's bundle farms happening all the time. But what I'm telling you is there's sophisticated groups on Solana that are arbing the shit out of the entire market, and they are not insiders. They are just mathematical geniuses that are rich on getting more rich. It's just how the game's played.
Oh, man. Speaking of new launches and people getting rich and more rich, I just pulled up the SSE chart that which launched yesterday on BullX. It looks like Frank cooked on this one, huh?
Yeah. So what's the peak to trow here?
What is this? What is SSE?
This is SSE. I really don't know. I know this is one of the
Solana Social Explorer. It's a way to track tokens. It's a way to track accounts. Supposedly launched in collaboration with Tapestry. Go to the website. I don't know why the fuck this is valued at $40 million. And click on the website. No, that's not the Tapestry website. The token website. Go to BullX and click website from BullX.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the site. Tracks wallets, tracks buys, sells. You can swap on here. None of this to me feels like it's some revolutionary, even remotely impressive thing. As bad as I guess that sounds. Like I wasn't blown away by this when I saw it, which is probably why I didn't make money on it. I didn't even see it last night. I was already asleep. But to me, I look at this and I'm like, this doesn't make me sit here and think, wow, this should be $40 million. Kudos to whoever printed on it though. There was someone on Vector who bought $500 at like 58K and made 2.4 mil.
Really?
Yeah, they said it has a good website, could run.
I love that narrative.
It's the best narrative, dude. You and me were big website maxis. Good websites go a long way. Good websites go a long way.
A lot of people printed on this.
Yeah, I mean, this really didn't run for the first. It looks like it was out for 20, 30 minutes before it went nutty.
Yeah, 5-minute chart. So I mean, 110 was when it went nuts. 1210 is when it launched. So like an hour before it had that first big leg up. And I mean, that it was still only at 2 million at that point. Peaked at 50 million.
But pull up like expand down to that lower range. Like, did it go to graduation and then did it immediately go to a couple million?
Expanding,
enhancing.
So it took a while to graduate. And then once it
but you see right there. So you see that graduation to 1 million in one 1 minute candle. That's a sniper sniping all the liquidity out of the pool.
Yep. Yeah, Frank bought 8K on that first candle.
And sold it all.
Sold it all on the way up for 6x.
Not bad for a day's work, dude.
Bought more, sold more. Yeah, he was all over this chart. Still holds. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know where this is going from here, but just another launch from yesterday. We also saw Calico. I don't know what this is. Did you check out this one, Easy?
So this was launched by the first person who has a brain computer or something. The guy launched it live. He's got something. He's like posted a video of him launching it with just his brain. Basically like Neuralink before
like some Neuralink shit.
It was before Neuralink. So there was another guy who did it. The one thing with this though is I watched the video and the thing that's sticking out of his head makes my stomach hurt a little bit. I'm like, I can't watch this. It's like he's got like a box in his head.
Oh my
God. Nathan Copeland. And he has a whole website for it.
Was he like a brain injury before he got this, or you just decided?
I didn't do much research on who he was. I was more interested in the fact that he's been around crypto since 21. He had multiple art NFTs, and that's what the meme coin's based on, is this cat NFT that he drew with his brain. And the cat NFT sold for like 2 ETH, I think. But he has a bunch of other art he sold for like 0.5, 0.6. So he's been in crypto. He's definitely familiar with it. Held a space last night. Token websites live explains like what it is, why he did it, all this stuff. Yeah, this video, he literally launches it on video. It's crazy because when he's typing it, he closes his eyes. Like if you wait a little bit, this like keyboard pops up and his eyes are just closed. It's
so that wire is attached to his brain.
Yeah.
The wire connected to his head.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This guy looks like Charles Hawkinson, kind of the Cardano.
The Cardano guy? Yeah, go right there. Skip right there where the keyboard pops up. Like right there. His eyes are closed. And he's just typing away.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Can he see it in his brain?
I don't have one, dude. I don't fucking know.
I think he's just thinking like.
But like, how does he know? Like in his brain, how does he know? Okay, now it's the description. Is he peeking?
He's peeking for sure.
How does he get an image? Let's see how the image works.
I don't think he's trying to close his eyes as like a parlor trick. I think it's just how it works. Like,
yeah, but you'd have to see the screen with your eyes closed to know where to go, right?
Maybe it's like an audio or like a brain input that's like, okay, this is the description box.
No, he's peaking for sure.
This is fake.
He looks cozy too. I mean,
He's
look
open
at
his
that.
eye. I saw him open his eye.
Now this is fake. Someone else on the has a keyboard off screen, dude.
You guys, I'm down to do this. If you guys, I just need someone to type for me. I'll close my.
A video of Clemente reenacting this would do numbers.
I would get canceled.
Second meme coin launched by Cyborg. It's Clemente leaning back.
You just tape a USB cord to his head, plug it in.
Interesting. Yeah. So let's check a price action on this.
It would actually be better for Easy to do it because he does the keyboard.
Dude, this guy's fast.
What did this run to, Ray? What was the all-time high on this bad boy?
32 mil.
25 mil.
32 mil.
32
mil. Now.
Yeah, maybe Clemente, you should hook up a Dance Dance Revolution mat to be the first guy to launch a coin dancing.
That would be pretty good. So those are the two new creations on the day on the token side. In terms of winners on the existing token side, we saw VVV pull back again or pull up on the day. Lucy, the mascot of the church, is up 51% on the day, 16 mil. I haven't heard that name in a while. Vine's up 34%, rebounding off lows. Trump's up 13%, over $20 again.
Oh, there you go, the Trump.
I saw the Vine guy, Russ, screenshot of his Telegram where he was saying he wanted to buy a Super Bowl commercial. But there's no way you can do it this late.
No.
So I think this guy's just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah, so this one got up to 500 mil. It got as low as 116 on this latest retrace, up to 177 mil now for Vine. One of those internet capital markets tokens, which is we'll see how they continue to play out.
How's Jelly doing? Was that the same guy or different guys?
Jelly was a different guy. This was Jelly.
That shit's in the dumpster, dude. 23 mil. Absolutely fucking catastrophic nuclear price action.
Dude, I thought that these tokens actually have a reason to exist in the world.
Internet capital markets, baby.
I mean, how foolish. I understand if you're new. If you're new to crypto,
look at that chart, dude.
It looks like this would make sense, but all these tokens just benefit the people that launch them. That's who they're for. They're for those people. If you get in wicked early and ride it on the way up and then sell it, it benefits you too. But the number one beneficiary are the people that launch them.
I made money on this. I bought it at 100 million, sold it at 150. I was spamming in chat that it was going to go to 500. That didn't work out.
It went halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
It went halfway there. Also, calling a price on a random ass token that has no reason to exist in the world is a hard thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, we got to do it, right?
I still think Stupid Coin's going to $1 billion, right?
Well, he bought stupid.com. I almost feel like he fooled himself. What's his name? Fred Krueger. Yeah. He's a wild.
Drank a little bit too much of his own juice, right?
Yeah, he's drinking his own urine for sure.
Yeah, that coin looks fucking dead, but I'm still holding.
He paid how much is stupid.com must actually cost a good amount.
It was $1 million.
Yeah, he's got dumb money, and he for sure made over $1 million launching 3 rug pulls in a row.
The guy that owns stupid.com's owned it probably for 25 years and has been waiting for a stink bid on it. And finally got it, dude.
Yeah, Fred Krueger comes through and finally, but keep in mind, Fred Krueger sold 20 companies. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a gnarly negotiator. He's got a PhD in math from Stanford. He's a special dude. He's for sure on the spectrum. I mean, there's a lot going on with that guy. That guy's an animal.
It's a nice website.
Yeah, it's a fine little website.
It's a good website.
He might have made this himself, you never know. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so
pretty stupid.
He told when he came on the Bitcoin show last year, he told us that he has way more than 100 Bitcoin, I want to say, or I forget how much it was, Clemente. I just remember we were jarred by the number of Bitcoins that he had. And he just rugged from a few millions more. Yeah, he's flipped. People said I'm no longer a Krueger Maxi. I still think he has good insight. I also think that a lot of his insight, you just have to hardcore fade, because when you think about it, he was out on MicroStrategy. He had a firm position. When he came on the show, he said, don't buy any MicroStrategy. I was like, okay, bro. He had a firm, I'm out on MicroStrategy position. Then British HODL convinced him that MicroStrategy was good. So then he was just all in balls deep on MicroStrategy, just like that, drop of a hat. He's like, oh, I understand it now. Then now he's back out for no reason. Nothing's changed, just for no reason. He's back out on MicroStrategy, totally out trying to poke holes on in it. He also, when he came on the show, told me, sell all the Solana that I own. Just take the hit, sell the Solana. It's a shit coin, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden he gets out of bed after the Trump coin launches on Solana. He's like, let me check out this Solana thing, X number of years after the fact. And after it's gone from $8 to $290. And he's like, Solana's actually pretty good. How are you going to express a firm opinion on something when you've literally never used it? I know you've never used the thing. It would be crazy to do that. That'd be like if I just expressed a firm opinion on Ford Focus cars. I'm like, that car sucks. Never buy that car. That's a piece of shit. Never got behind the wheel before. That's just wild behavior. And if you're willing to do that wild behavior, you're a wild card. That's it.
Yeah, interesting to see his behavior. It's just all over the place. I think wild card maybe is the best description for him. Schizo, etc., which is normally not normal behavior for a Bitcoiner. You normally see them just focused on one thing, but he's just all over the place there.
One other thing on that is that during the Choose Rich phenomenon, he was posting pictures of me and Nick in the bathtub, for sure not processing who we were and that he had already been on my show and stuff. And I was trying to get him to do an interview again after that. And I was going to show him pictures of Nick and pictures of me and get him to shit on the pictures of us without realizing he was literally talking to the person that was in the picture, and I feel
look at the poor guy's glasses, dude. Those things are fucking thick, dude. He's probably -7.
I don't know. I don't have any prescription eyewear.
It's not good.
I have very bad eyesight. And I'm -2.5. So 7 is quite bad.
It sounds like
you're only -2.5. I'm -3.5.
Oh damn.
So max out. So real quick, Max Out said, I talk shit about Game of Thrones and never watched it. That's a similar thing to what Fred Krueger is doing. Then Sound Money has some similarities to Fred Krueger, despite watching the show every single day from the beginning of the show to the end. And despite multiple discussions about this being an Airbnb, cannot process that this is
Sound Money's slow. I already he's actually slow. He comments on everything you do and just calls it gay. And I think he's closeted himself, and he has to put this out there because he's gay but can't express it in his day-to-day life. So every time you do anything, any comment from him is related to being gay.
And well, beyond that, he just cannot process this as an Airbnb. I'm saying it right now. Tomorrow he'll forget. He will not retain that it's an Airbnb. He's gonna be like, your apartment has some stuff on the ceiling, Pio. Are you gonna talk to your landlord? It's gonna happen tomorrow. He cannot process it. Anyway.
Speaking of stuff on the ceiling, we have a huge NFT mint here.
Why are you gay?
Nice. That is a good video.
Coming from Mega ETH, 10,000 soul-bound NFTs. No resale on these. Soul-bound. Stay in your wallet. Can't transfer them. Representing meaningful ownership in the Mega ETH network. Price point of 1 ETH for these rabbits. They're going to hold at least 5% of the Mega ETH network. So they're saying basically this is token presale essentially.
No, it's not. You're buying an NFT soulbound and then you're getting airdropped the token, dude.
Yeah. So it's I guess somewhat of a workaround there. They're straddling the lines of crime is legal versus whatever. There are 2 whitelists. It's whitelist only, retroactive and proactive. Retroactive, they found 80,000 addresses based on probably on-chain activity. And then they also have a proactive portion, which is social media posting, etc. So you can go to their website, figure out if you're on that allow list or not.
That's good. Easy was talking to me yesterday, and he was like, "Man, what we really need? We need another chain.
I need another place to light money on fire."
Yeah, he was like, "I feel like
give me more shitholes to sink cash into. Forget it's even there for 6 to 12 months." and come back and wonder how I just lit $10,000 on fire.
Yeah, because you were like, dude, Barachain's coming, Monad's coming, but we're like, you know, we're missing that trifecta here. We need a triple
Barachain,
launch.
Monad, not to be mistaken for Murad.
And Mega ETH, which, you know, just, I don't know. I mean, maybe more people should make blockchains and just like call it like, you know, how AI says DeepSeek or, you know, deeper research, Mega. So let's do a Mega Bitcoin. L2.
Mega Sol.
Mega Sol.
Well, like the price is just higher, but none of the tech stack actually changes.
Clemente, I just wasn't saying anything. Clemente is like, you're muted, P. I just understand that when Kicks and Easy are speaking, I'm not going to speak. I totally understand that. Real quick, the world needs whatever this thing is. Literally, the world has been demanding whatever this is. It belongs in the world. Bring it, and let's see the world change around it.
So if you want my honest take on this, this is going to like be the competitor to a Monad, where both of them are using, quote, the security layer of ETH, but just faster transactions for a cheaper cost. Once again, though, all these chains make me circle back to, why aren't you just using Solana? Like, I get it. It's not decentralized enough. The Nakamoto coefficient, it has outages. By the way, in approximately 21 hours, we will be exactly 365 days without an outage or degradation on the Solana blockchain. So I know I just jinxed it. We're probably going to have the most catastrophic outage of all time today. But we're almost one full calendar year no outage as of tomorrow morning. You can keep fudding it. You can keep building all these things on EVM. So be it. So be it. The only one I am actually excited for is Barachain. Like, genuinely excited.
That's coming out in a couple days, right?
What'd you say?
A couple days that's coming out.
Tomorrow.
The 6th. So tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Mainnet, not the token.
No, just mainnet. But it has this proof of liquidity thing, which I think is just going to make DeFi over there do really well. I'm more interested in that. It's something new. It's like a new attempt at the chain. C-Dog, hands up.
So hold on. So we have Barachain. So we just had Abstract launch 2 weeks ago. Barachain is launching tomorrow. We have Monad coming sometime soon. And then Mega ETH is doing Mega ETH. I saw people pretty excited about, because basically what you're getting is access to a token launch at a $550 million FDV. And you're getting the supply, and it's vested. I think half of it is vested over 6 months, which feels not bad. Is this a good deal to mint this at 1 ETH?
I'm going to mint it at 1 ETH immediately.
I want to mint it at 1 ETH. Okay. For one reason and one reason only, price go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna buy it to sell it. That makes sense. Real quick, we got
William.
William saying, honestly, AVAX would make more sense too. Way cheaper to start up your own chain over there. Yeah, William. And don't be surprised if you see some activity on AVAX out of our squad on an ongoing basis. There's a huge coin launching on AVAX. What, this week, next week? Wink, W-I-N-K. You guys saw this Wink? Ket just went to 100M, if I'm not mistaken.
170.
People are sleeping on AVAX in terms of
the AVAX people are fucking determined. Okay, this is not they've been around. They got an ass load of money over there. AVAX.
I don't know. I'm pretty bullish on Blast. Looked at the chart today. It's getting pretty cheap.
There was a meme coin launched by, or a meme coin that's going to be launched on Barachain called Blast, except with a bear. And they're giving, I don't know if it's supply or whitelist to people that sold all of their Blast airdrop. So to people that got rid of all of their Blast. And then they're also apparently giving Pac-Man 0.5% of the supply. Like, it's a huge troll job that they're doing on Blast. But yeah, I mean, it's rough over there.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's ran by CVB, the big whale, who like basically has been publicly coming out against Blast because like he got kind of like screwed over by the airdrop mechanics. Proof of G is the consensus mechanism here. Novel economic mechanism which rewards people who have cheated 100% of their Blast airdrop. So it'll be an interesting one. I think Barachain is going to be very interesting for like irreverent, like odd, like memes, sort of like this. I feel like they have like a very interesting culture that's building over there. So one chain that I'm gonna have to check out tomorrow when that launches for sure. And like we were saying with Mega ETH, I think that's like a no-brainer if I'm on that list to mint to sell. Same thing, because I think that there's got to be one of these coming in the next 6 months, 1 year that's going to like take advantage of mindshare, and I think could be like one of the bigger chains to run this year. You had ETH and you had Sol. I think one of these could potentially be that of this cycle. Bear chain, Monad, Mega ETH.
Could be the soul of the cycle.
Or yeah, like something like that. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, dude, maybe the Mega ETH works. I don't want to shit on the thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even about that particular thing. It's more about just how much different stuff's coming out. It just shows how competitive the crypto landscape is, right? Not Bitcoin. I know people get really mad, not Bitcoin, but crypto. It's just really competitive. We do have Big A and Discourse, who are pointing out some of the strength in the AVAX direction. I've never been more interested in I haven't been this interested in a crypto ecosystem since Solana is my state of affairs right now. And it's because watching the AVAX guys really have the determination to get on-chain activity going there on the trading side is very interesting. And like really this is post-CAT that I've like had this kind of moment, because we also just met with them in person, obviously, when we went down there for our Basel. So you know that they're real people and they're not like weirdos. And the determination and the desire to compete when it's a top 10 coin already. I'm excited. I'm buying AVAX. I'm ready for Wink. I'm ready for whatever the fuck else comes out. It's cheap. It's like $25 for AVAX right now. Let's go.
Yeah, more like Slaveax. Back to you, Ray.
Back to me. Okay. I want to run through some quick hitters today so everyone is completely informed. You can find all these in the daily newsletter.
Before the quick hitters, Ray, Copsh said Clemente's looking buff today. Me and Clemente went to the gym yesterday. He came to my gym, and dude, Clemente's actually good at the cold plunge. I can't knock him. Like, he's actually legit good at the cold plunge, way better than me. Night and day.
What does that even mean?
It means he stays in the cold plunge for a long time, and it's actually kind of crazy. We're in the sauna. We go to the cold plunge. I'm like, all right, I know Clemente's probably going to be pretty good at this. He's probably going to last longer than me. I get out of the cold plunge. He's still in there. I go into the sauna. I can see him from the sauna. He's just still in there. I'm like, he's still fucking in there? This is fucking crazy. How is he still in there? Like up to his shoulders in the cold plunge? Pretty crazy. T-Ward goes, how are you good at the cold plunge? You stay in there for a long ass time. That's impressive shit. It's a cold ass cold plunge at this gym. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Go.
I've never done a cold plunge, but I have been on the cold shower kick. So I'm curious of how I would do in a cold plunge scenario. But
Ray, we got to build out your estate over there. We got to get a sauna over there, dry sauna, cold plunge. We need to have a Delaware location. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to dox. Fuck. I didn't mean to dox. Fuck.
You already said Delaware earlier today.
Okay, I'm sorry. But we need
Delaware
to
a good amount of times, yeah.
Okay, we got to have a location there for the company where if we're just in the area, we got to R&R set up over there. Oh, hey, Ray, I happen to be within, 30 minutes of you in Delaware right now. I got to come over and hit the sauna and cold plunge. Let's rip it,
I was looking up Chilean haplotypes, dude. He's got a little Spaniard and Mapuche Native American in him. So, that mix is...
Mapuche.
Fauci couldn't handle that one. I'm the one lagging.
Let's just say the cold plunge is the only thing I last long in. Ray, back over to you.
Speaking of not lasting long, we have some quick hitters today. OG.fun social index platform is airdropping tokens to M3 Meteora ecosystem stakers. Elon Musk asked if Doge should audit the IRS. Tether minted $1 billion of USDT on Tron. Circle minted $250 million of USDC on Solana. XRP Ledger experienced an hour-long outage and nobody even noticed. Gold hit an all-time high on 2 consecutive days, showing that there is strength in assets that hold their value. That's about it for quick hitters and topics I want to touch on. Is there anything else you want to hit on before we wrap today?
No, biggest crypto news is objectively the MicroStrategy earnings this afternoon. It's going to be interesting. Beyond that, we got this big coin on AVAX coming out. This Mega ETH thing seems interesting. Those are probably some of the most interesting things happening. If I'm not
yesterday, I learned that MicroStrategy makes money. I was like, what? They make revenue? P was like, yeah, they have a business. I was like, what? I thought they just bought Bitcoin and held it. So learn something new every day.
One thing I just remembered, the ETH ETFs set a massive new record for inflows.
Who called it?
$307 million of inflows. The previous high was yesterday or the day before at 80 million. So absolutely smashed through that. BlackRock alone bought 276 million. They accounted for 276 million of inflows on Ethereum. These numbers are huge. I wonder how much of this is on the back of that Eric Trump tweet and the market kind of shifting a bit towards being more ETH friendly. Seeing that many inflows though, with the ETH price kind of not running is concerning, but just something that I did take note of. And also ETH flipped inflationary for the first time since the merge. So now there is more ETH supply in existence than there was at the time of the merge. So people thought that this was going to make ETH deflationary. It is now officially
inflationary again. It's that's a whole complete disaster. Like the debasement of crypto assets is just so like, it's just a disaster. You got the foundation dumping hundreds of millions of dollars of Ethereum and not giving a rat's ass about it and just being like, yeah, we're going to keep doing this. It's a really tough situation. Not saying it's impossible for it to come back, but holy shit, a lot of things need to change in the Ethereum ecosystem. Otherwise, Solana is going to eat its lunch. AVAX could eat its lunch. Fucking SWE could eat its lunch. All these things could eat its lunch. Real quick, Kashmir decided this morning he wanted to take a brain and put it in his head. He said, Sailor looks confident, not going to lie. His subliminal tweet is bullish. Never thought I'd see the day. Wow, impressive, Kashmir. Very nice. I like it.
I wonder, like, ETH, I don't even know why ETH going deflationary or being deflationary matters. I don't know why that is such a thing.
It has an impact, Kicks. I agree with you that there's...
But it could be a negative impact.
Yeah, inflationary ETH could be a negative impact.
The deflationary ETH could be negative.
It's hard for me to understand how that's negative.
Well, because the only thing that matters to an asset is inflows versus outflows. Like, yeah. Solana's inflationary and it went from $20 to $260.
But if Solana wasn't inflationary, forget deflationary. If it just wasn't inflationary, the price would be like 400 something bucks right now.
No, I don't know about that. Deflationary can have negative consequences. It can make it more expensive to use a chain logically.
It's just that it's basically a little bit off its all-time high price wise, but market cap it's almost it's 75%. It's up 100.
Like that's saying Bitcoin would be higher if it was deflationary. Bitcoin has zero deflationary mechanism and it's only less inflationary over time, and it's $2 trillion. Generally, when you build things, you don't you don't want the US dollar to be deflationary. That's pretty bad. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I think this whole obsession with like ETH, where they wasted all this time trying to make ETH deflationary versus making ETH a better chain to use, was probably a mismanagement of resources.
I mean, it absolutely, I think the whole ETH ecosystem is a mismanagement of resources. It's also just like this academic, like theoretical chain that actually I do think will be good for crypto in general. If there's some breakthroughs that happen on ETH, they can be applied elsewhere, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for ETH itself. And I'll be the first person to say, I never I never looked at ETH and was like that. I think that's going to be like the thing that I want to like hold a massive, massive position in. Never. Not once. I didn't get it. When I heard the term ETH maxi, I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, what does that mean? Like, how did you get to that point? I'm a Ford Focus maxi. Like, that's just some random shit,
Ford Focus?
I just thought of a random thing, and I brought that up earlier in the show.
You would like Ford Focuses.
Chris Coffee asked for the opinions on Sol Unlock. So, hey, Chris, good to see you. Easy, you said it was priced in. No, it's always the same story.
Priced in.
Got it. Back over
Simply
to you.
put, priced in. Pump Fund is more Solana locked and bullshit tokens that are dead than unlocking Sol over the next 2 months. No matter what you want to say, unlocks are bullish now. Paradigm shift. 4-year cycle's a thing of the past. Unlocks are bullish.
I don't even disagree with that. We got some smart people, DQ over here, saying ETH is confused whether to become a digital gold or smart contract. That's absolutely true.
He can't really spell. I don't know how smart he is. But yeah,
spelling. I think spelling is for poor smart people. I think the smarter you get over time, like you should use less periods. You should capitalize things less. My dad, super successful. He talked to texts, and you can't even understand what he's saying a lot of the time. And it's a complete power play. because then it's on you to try to unwind what he's saying.
Yeah, dude, same situation. If you then say, what did you even say? The response still just like keep on with the conversation. Like it's like they ignore you asking them to reiterate it. They'll just say whatever was on mind for like the next thing. It does not matter.
There you go. Real quick, Just Stefano said, brothers in Christ, we all need ETH to pump. Why? Why do we need it? Why?
So I wouldn't hate if ETH pumped if my CryptoPunk also went up in price.
Okay.
Like if that symbiotic relationship.
Nobody told you to buy that CryptoPunk. And I'm not saying that the CryptoPunk won't go up.
I think
Kix kind of did.
Kix quite literally said you should buy it right now.
We're getting a little silly there in mid-January. It's getting a little silly.
You can't really say no one told me to buy it when he goes, yeah, you should actually just buy it right now live. And I was like, all right.
If you ever need like a little injection of bullishness, go back and listen to that podcast. Like they're all fresh off of like making all these gains. Easy hit like a 10K dinger on the podcast as he's buying the CryptoPunk. It's like a ridiculous like sign that like maybe we're getting a little too frothy there.
It was definitely frothy. Like I clicked 2 buttons in 4 minutes, made 10 grand, and was like, today's a good day to spend $140,000.
Yeah, I could see it aging well. 2025 is gonna be a long year,
Oh, absolutely. It totally could. But real quick, 2 comments. Just Stefano said BTC dominance, sir. We want Bitcoin dominance. There's supposed to be violent Bitcoin dominance. It's supposed to have a club and beat the shit out of everything else in the entire ecosystem, and it does, and it will. And then second, we got Overarch saying a bunch of random shit throughout the show, by the way, saying ETH leads alts PO. If you don't know that, I don't know what to say. Was it leading Solana? Oh, ETH, can you please lead Solana from $8 to $2.90? I need ETH to do that. Please, ETH, please lead Solana. Please. I need the leadership of ETH to lead Solana from $8 to $2.90 and a better user experience. Please. I need that ETH factored into my kick-ass Solana fast transaction, low-cost chain. And by the way, I still think ETH is going to go up in price, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make sure I say that every time I have any critical comments on ETH. The price of ETH is going to go up, in my opinion. I don't know how high it's going to go up, but I do think it's going to go up. So when the price goes up, I don't want to hear like, CPOC, you said the price wasn't going to go up. No, the price is going to go up. It's the second biggest crypto asset. It's got a $300 billion market cap. Beanie pointed out it's probably the most overpriced asset in the world. I like that. I hadn't thought of that. That's pretty good. Cashmere,
the chart's pretty terrible.
Yeah, Cashmere loves ETH, which makes total sense. This guy can't buy a basket. This dude's just throwing the ball at the backboard so hard. It's like, dude, you got to put it in the basket, bro. He's like Philip Seymour Hoffman in Along Came Polly. He's just chucking it full tilt off the backboard over and over again. It's like, dude, no one can help you, bro. Like, you're just slamming your head against the wall. Like, at some point, you got to wake up, man.
Rainmaker.
He's a rainmaker, dude. This guy's different. He's like, I'm not going to ever make money. It's impossible for me to get rich. This guy, come on.
Cashmere just every day gets just crushed, but he shows up every day after day.
And I actually give him that. He shows up every day. He's like, look, I'm going to drag my sorry ass to this show, and I'm going to just put bad take after bad take besides my one good MicroStrategy take today. I like the guy. I actually like it because, I can see myself in him, except I'm actually smart. That's the difference.
I don't know. I think Cashmere strikes me as one of those European guys that's like, bought like Bitcoin puppets at Mint.
Cashmere goes, never sold one single ETH since 2022. Yeah, it's at the same price as it was in 2022. Bitcoin's up to 100K from 16K. Solana's up from $8 to 200 plus. Cashmere's like, I like the ETH play though. I like this. I like that price to be. I like stability.
Wow, Miguel Rivero saying, Pio, I bet you one Bodago that ETH outperforms MicroStrategy this year.
So, obviously, I love that take from Miguel Ribeiro. We don't know if he's Brazilian or Portuguese or what he is.
I think it's Ribeiro, like the Riviera.
Kix, out of all of us, Kix has the right pronunciation without question. So, Miguel Ribeiro. I love that take. The only thing I'll say about that, he's saying, sorry, I thought you were saying Bodagos outperform MicroStrategy. Miguel, I actually think you're wrong. Look at the performance of MicroStrategy against ETH over the last 3 years is actually what I'm going to say about this. I actually dead ass think you're wrong. And I understand why I understand. He said Kix nailed it. I understand why you're saying that, Miguel. But I actually think you're going to be surprised yourself. I'll take the bet. Of course I'll take the bet. Absolutely, I'll take the bet. People are like, Emmanuel just said.
Someone tag Kobe to custody this because this is size right here.
Real quick, Emmanuel said that I'm on the spectrum. I'm going to take that as a compliment. I'm actually going to dead ass take that as a compliment. All the people I know that are on the spectrum are really smart, so I'm actually going to.
Well, like by nature, everybody would be on a spectrum, right? Even if you were not autistic, you would just be at the not side of the spectrum, right?
Kanye's on the spectrum. I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. I will take the bet. You have my word, Miguel. One Bodoggo, this year's performance. Real quick, the clarifier, is it from this moment or is it from January 1?
It has to be from this moment.
From this moment. February
5th.
Mark the prices down. Get out a pen and pad.
I'm just going to put a sticker up.
Let's go. So, Cashmere. That was funny, Cashmere. That was a good one.
So is it, you're looking at, what are you looking at there? You're looking at ETH price performance. You're looking at price performance for ETH for both, but is there going to be like a split potentially for MicroStrategies?
Well, here's what's going to happen with MicroStrategy. The price is going to go up, and then he's going to split it again, and then the options traders are all going to blow a load when that happens, and they're going to get so excited because all of a sudden, instead of having to pay $30,000 to $40,000 for 100 shares of MicroStrategy, you only have to pay $8,000 to $9,000, and you can sell an assload of covered calls every week. So all the options traders are going to be like, "This is the best stock ever. I can't believe it's real," because that has the best premiums in the entire stock market for options. And I don't know. I'll take the MicroStrategy bet, one Bodoggo. And between you and me, Miguel, I'm probably not going to collect the Bodoggo when I win, but I'll give you the Bodoggo if I lose. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I don't want to take Miguel's Bodoggo, but I want to be right, and it'll be a wicked strong position for that. So anyway,
I'm going to create a calendar event for next February 5th, and we'll figure it out.
No, end of the year, December 31st.
End of the year.
Okay.
End of the year, right? Miguel, you tell us the terms. I'll take the bet anyway. But let's just have the terms. Tell us the terms. I'll take the bet anyway. And I understand why you're saying ETH. I totally understand. But I think you're underestimating MicroStrategy and the fact that it's literally the top performing stock in the entire stock market for like 5 years now, more than NVIDIA. I think you're not factoring that in.
I mean, we got to do a spelling class for our listeners. I mean, Hans goes, "I'll take that bet too, boy." Instead of Pio says poi.
No, that's probably autocorrect though, because like my fucking name is Pio. Apple knows that, right? And I'll like type in Pio when I'm like filling out a form on the phone, and it autocorrects to pop. And I'm just like, dude, like, what's it gonna take, Tim Cook? You're not exactly a visionary over here, dickhead. Anyway, sorry.
Murad asked you a question. Okay, no, we're just gonna keep.
No, we don't do price predictions.
So that's gonna do it for today's episode. We're back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks for tuning in and day out, rocking with us. And shout out Ray, being back from illness. He has a red beard and is not Asian. The more you know, and the things that we get today. So we appreciate you day in and day out. Hit the like, hit the retweet, leave a comment, subscribe to the YouTube.